Hi, I'm Kippi from KippiHome.com. Welcome to my home and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm joining some other fantastic YouTube crafters and we're collaborating on a Valentine's Day challenge. I'm using items I purchased at the Dollar Tree to make a beautiful door hanger. I also made this cute little Mr. Gnome and I'll put the link below to that video so you can make one too. I have the pattern there too. All right, let's get started. Okay, we're going to start out with our little Valentine. I got this at the Dollar Tree. You guessed it, that $1 purchase. You can paint it. You can use it the way it is. I decided, since this is kind of a chalkboard, is I would just go on and paint it with white chalk paint. So I'm going to printed this out, and I can put the link to it below, and you can use this very same thing. So this is $1. This is printed off my printer. So really didn't cost me anything, and I'm going to transfer that to this. Now, what I'm going to do first, though, because y'all know I love bows, is I'm going to make a bow, and what I wanted to see was the area that the bow would actually be in. So I'm going to use these 3 ribbons, and I'm making a bow and I want to see where it's going to be, and that's why I wanted to kind of think it's going to be over here, because y'all know I love big bows. So after I get that going, the bows, I'll see where that's about, and then this is a bow that I made this winter, and it's on my, I hope that's not out of focus, guys, on my lanterns. And y'all know this is another little obsession of mine, are lanterns. So I'm going to replace the bow here to match, to coordinate with that. And then I also, y'all know about my prototype, because y'all be seeing I'll put the link to this one below. So this is my little prototype. My husband's going to throw these away, these 2, but instead I spray painted them, and there was just to see about making these lanterns for the yard. So I'm also going to make bows for these. So that'll be pretty. Okay, so let's get started. So I like the same kind of bow that's on it now. I like the 3 ribbons. I like a lot of variety. And so I'm just going to start out with making loops, and I'm going to kind of figure out what size loop I want it to be. And then I like the tails, so I probably want it to be a little bit longer on my tail, but my loop to be about the same. So I'm going to kind of figure it out right there, and you kind of see what it's going to look like on your finished product. So let's say if I do my loop, let me show you what I'm saying. So if I do my loop like that, I still have room to put my thing on there. So if this is my loop, I'm just, estimating. So I'm going to measure it on my mat here. Let me measure it. Sorry, that'll be out of the frame for a second. But it's about a 3-inch loop. This is about 3 1/4 inches actually. So altogether it'd be about 6.5 inches. So I'm going to unfold it and make sure that I'm correct. Well, it's saying it's almost 7 inches. So I'll need about 7 inches right there. And then my tail is about 4. So it's 8 and 7. So I'm going to say we could just do... so we're going to do 15 inches. So we're going to cut this piece 15 inches. We'll cut all of our pieces of ribbon 15 inches. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to cut 15 inches on all of them. And that should be simple. And I'm going to do 3 for each one. So I'm just going to make one bow just for the sake of it, for showing you. And I will put the links to some other bows that I make. You might like something else a little different. If you don't have 3 different ribbons, you can just do more of whatever you do have. But if you have 6 different ribbons, use all that are going to be pretty with your project. Use all 6 of them. So just use less of each one. Alright, so we got all our pieces cut. I did 3 of each one, do about 15 inches long for my use, but you do it out of yours. So I've got my tie fixed together, and I'm doing this so I can easily find my center when I'm wrapping up my bow. This will be holding it together. I picked the silver to go on my silver lantern, and I'm going to use the black to go on my black one. And I think I'm going to use red cord or something. I'm not sure yet. It might just be wire to attach it to my heart. So we're just going to get started. So I'm going to start out with my largest one, and I'm going to fold it in half. And I don't need to do anything but kind of find out where I wanted that loop to stop. And then I'm just going to pinch it together. And this is what I'm saying about you're kind of working one-handed. Then I come to my next one, and I'm just going to go one after another like this until I'm happy with how it looks with the fluffing. And then once I attach it, I always fluff more. So I'm kind of lining it up. You can line it up with the first one. You can line up the tails, however it works out. So then we just go one after the other. All right, so here we come into this point, and we're going to just find that center of the whole squished up middle of the loops. And then we're going to twist this and just get it tight as we can. And then once we get there, you can start working on these tails. Tail management, I'm going to call it. So we want to kind of do some distribution of color. So we're just trying to find where we're splitting these. So on the bottom, now we're going to split those tails up. So we're kind of get them going everywhere. So we don't just have red in one spot and nothing else. So let's see if we can do that. So do that with all of them. See, it's already starting to take shape. And then after I get it on, I'll trim these pieces of ribbon. And they're not fraying or anything, but I like to do a little edge treatment. Well, this one's still a little frayed, but it's all right. We'll just continue to fluff. And let's just pretend like I've got it completely finished, because I don't, but I can't wait. I just got to know how it's going to look on my thing. So let's quit bringing this over and pretend like it's going on this one. And we're just going to, here's our little things. Just pretend like we're putting it on, and then we get to see how it's going to look there as opposed to the other way. So that'll be good. So we're going to continue, and this one is actually going to go on this. So we'll put it on there, and I'll trim it. You can see how I trimmed these before. And by the way, I keep these bows. I have in my supply room, I have a metal origami shelf. It's the coolest thing the crafter's ever seen. And on it, I have these bows tied all over it. For all seasons, all shapes, sizes, whatever. So then I'll just gently, if I can figure out how to gently do it, I'll just add this one just like the one I just took off. And I can deal with that in a second, but y'all can see how this is going to turn out. So we'll go here, and then I'm going to go around, and I'm going to manage my little tails and all that jazz a little bit more of where I want it to be, and how it's going to look. And then I can come along and manage these. And I'm going to just give them that little diagonal. Just a little finished off look. Y'all could do that, or you can do the other way with the chevron look, like the last one was. But you can see these two ended up together, and I don't want them to be together. I want them to be moved around. So I'll move this one over, I didn't see any. And then I'll just go ahead and do all these. Okay, guys, now the fun part. This is just a few of my paint brushes for my crafting. And what I do is I use a whole ton of them, because painting is not my, I'm not an expert painter. So I like to get out and I just bought most of these kind of paint brushes. I bought them from Walmart, but I can put a link below of some inexpensive places to buy paint brushes, and I use them for different type of lettering. And the point of these lettering is that I'm actually going to use chalk paint to do my little love sign. So I'm going to use this transfer paper, and I am going to give you the link to that below. So make sure you look in the description, and you're all going to love this stuff. And you can see it's a little pricey, but you can use it lots and lots of times. This piece has probably been used for years. So I'm going to hold that on there, and I'm not going to do anything real fancy. I'm just going to trace, and it doesn't have to be perfect. None of it has to be perfect. And then I'm going to paint inside my traced lines, and that's why I use a million different paint brushes, because painting is not my first love, and I love the way it looks, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and that's the only reason I'd even attempt it. And so what I'm going to do is make sure that I'm actually transferring it. Y'all see how that is? So I will continue on doing this. Okay, we're ready to paint. So I've already stirred this up, and I'm going to kind of select some paint brushes here and give it a start. And everybody does this different. We're probably all better painters than I am. So what I like to do is start at the edge and pull the paint across, and then I try out about 50 different things to get it done. But it only takes a few minutes to really do a small project. And if you have like a Cricut Maker or Silhouette, you can use this same file, and you can make it into a file to use on one of those machines if you prefer to do that. But nothing to me is as pretty as hand painted. So let's just get on with the painting. All right, guys, there it is. It's finished. So now I'm going to work on putting my bow on, and I'll show you that in a second. So let me clean my table off. Okay, guys, I'm about ready here. I'm going to attach this, and I'm seeing that there's a few of these that are a little bit long, so I'm going to go ahead and try to corral it. So you can't really tell until you're to this point, but after I get it on here, then So I decided I would use these black, we call these pipe cleaners back in my day, but call them, and I got them at the Dollar Tree at Halloween, of course. At any season at all, buy a pack of these in every color, and you'll be really happy you did. So for $1, for heaven's sakes, you get every color in the rainbow. So I have them in all colors. Brown is actually my favorite, and it's my favorite because I love the grapevine wreath. So you can definitely use that. Okay, so I'm going to attach it, and now I'm not really in love with this little ribbon. So I'm actually going to take it off. And I'm going to attach this, and it kind of goes, it's got a little country look to it, I guess, but I like it. Okay, now I'm going to do the impossible, and I'm going to actually stick it through right there and attach it. Alright, so I'm attaching it through this hole. I'm going to bring it right there, and I'm going to fluff, and I'm going to get it all set up and show you how pretty it's going to turn out. And you can put it on your door or on a piece of furniture. It's perfect, you know, it's a cute little teacher gift. Just or for work or something like that. It's very light, so it can hang just about anywhere. Alright, I'll see you in a second. I'm going to have this all wrapped up. You're going to love it. All right, guys, that was fun. All right, we're going to be joining our other friends here, so make sure you grab that playlist. I'll have that link below. Check everybody out. Give them a thumbs up. Subscribe. We're doing this again, and you don't want to miss a thing. All right, y'all, happy Valentine's Day. Spread the love.